Costa Rica accounts for only 0.03% of the Earth's surface. However, it contains nearly 6% of the world's biodiversity. It is beaming with life, with animals, fungi, and plants all living side by side, peacefully cohabitating this beautiful country. So, Chris and I decided to fly down and see what this beautiful place had to offer. We're Chris and Gabby. We're just your average couple with a passion for wildlife. Okay, or not so average. We're professional animal handlers living in South Florida. We work with dangerous animals on a daily basis. Nothing is off limits, and we never know what kind of crazy animal we're going to run into next. Join us as we explore, adventure, and travel to new and amazing places. Welcome to our wild world.
Hey guys, this is our first night in Costa Rica. We're doing a little bit of night herping. I'm super excited. I've never been to Costa Rica before. Chris has been a lot of times, so I'm really hoping we find some cool herps today. Snakes, frogs, I'm good with anything. So we're gonna go see what we can find.
So when you're in the tropics like this, whether I'm here in Costa Rica or in the Amazon, it's a very different kind of herping because it's a very three-dimensional environment. Like when you're in Florida or just about anywhere in the States, I mean, you're really looking on the ground more than anything for 99% of the animals you're going to find. But out here, I mean, it's up, it's right at face level, it's up above you. I have found tree boas like this, like way up in the tree above you.
There's just so much to look at, you know.
Yeah, that's what makes
It's
it
everywhere.
so much more challenging is not only the three-dimensional environment, but just habitat saturation. I mean, look around. There's just so much potential and so many places to hide. I hear howler monkeys.
Wow, yeah, you can.
Yeah, they're far off. So just make sure you really watch where you step. There's tons of Fer De Lance on this trail. I've found a lot of them here. They're very common. And they're so well camouflaged. It's really scary. It's like a living landmine, is
Okay.
one way to put it. Like they're very well camouflaged, really easy to miss.
Okay. So check it out, guys. I just spotted my first Fer De Lance. This is so exciting. He's a little one. Oh, you're right?
Yep.
Wow. Can we use the baby?
So this guy just took a decent strike at me. Just completely out of nowhere too. He was sitting there nice and calm, no big deal. Just struck right at me. Now he's rattling his tail. And my light keeps on dying. That's nice. Woo! So these guys are locally called a terciopelo or a Fer De Lance, and they're in the genus Bothrops, and Bothrops are responsible for the most fatalities from snake bites throughout Central and South America. And that really happens because of just how well they camouflage. I mean, once he's down on the ground, these things are just practically invisible. And so when you couple that amazing camouflage with the fact that they're very common and that they thrive near where people live feeding on rats, and when you have populations of people that often are wearing sandals or no shoes at all, yeah, that doesn't mix in very well.
Okay.
So what do you think of the jungle?
It's awesome. There's like so much to see. It's really humid, but it's really exciting. It's beautiful.
So what's our checklist for today so far?
Oh, well, this morning we saw wild toucans. We saw
Macaws?
macaws. Oh, the macaws are beautiful.
How many macaws?
Probably like 20 of them.
Yeah, at least so far,
Yeah.
right?
Dart frogs. We saw those green and black dart frogs. What else? We heard howler monkeys, and we actually hear them right now too. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they are out there. What else did we see? We saw
Agouti?
so much. Agoutis, yeah. And now we just saw the Fer De Lance, and I really wanted to find a red-eyed tree frog. So fingers crossed. If not tonight, I'm sure we're gonna see them before we go home. But I'm so excited. I can't wait.
We will see one. All right, probably not tonight, but tomorrow.
Yeah. We've been hiking probably for about an hour. We had a really long day today. We just flew into Costa Rica. We've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's been a very long day. We're both really tired, so we just wanted to get out and see what we could find, just do a little bit of night herping. So we're going to head back to the hotel now. We're going to be back tomorrow, and I'm really excited to see what we find, and I can't wait to show you guys, so stay tuned.
Hey guys, so we're here our first full day in Costa Rica. Right now we are on the Pacific coast and exploring one of the parks, having a good time.
Although Chris has been to Costa Rica numerous times and actually lived there for a few months, this is my first time visiting. It's absolutely breathtaking. Everywhere you turn, there's some kind of animal, some kind of incredible plant. The scenery is gorgeous. It's just something straight out of a movie. Of the 500,000 species that call Costa Rica home, a little more than 300,000 of those are insects.
Hey guys, so check it out. We just found these leafcutter ants. So cool. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so the leafcutter ants, if you check it out, you'll see that the ones with leaves are heading this way and the ones without leaves are heading this way. And the reason for that is the ones without leaves are heading up the tree, and you can see the line goes all the way up, and they're heading up there into the canopy to collect new leaves. And so they're going to go up there, they cut them with their mandibles, and they cut these little kind of half-moon shaped pieces of leaf, and then they carry them all the way back down. Now the reason why they're carrying them down, they're going all the way down here, and then they're going to go into their subterranean nest. Okay, so they have a huge nest, and I mean, when I say a big nest, I mean literally the size of our house is how big some of the leafcutter ant nests are. I've seen some that it's just unimaginably huge how big they are. Now, they're collecting the leaves not because they eat the leaves, but because they're actually little farmers. So they're actually going to take these leaves, take them underground, and then they grow a fungus on the leaves that then the ants actually eat the fungus. So that's their food, not the leaf itself.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's really interesting. I mean, it's amazing how such a small animal can carry something literally bigger than it is.
I mean, this one right here, it's got like 4 ants on it. There's 2 ants on the top doing literally nothing and 1 big ant on the bottom doing everything. Reminds me of some jobs I've worked.
Super cool.
Now, if you just look, this is like a super organism. Like if you think about it, every ant in here has a job, they do their job, and this is all going to the colony, and then that's all benefiting everybody in the colony. So you know, I've been in the tropics a lot. I spent a lot of time in Central and South America. On one of my trips, we were out, and I mean, you feel how humid it is right now. Like you're glistening, okay? And yeah, you're just sweating bullets out here. And so, you know, you get all sweaty, get all gross and disgusting. So I took my clothes, I washed them, and I hung them out to dry. And I hung them over a branch to dry. Came back a couple hours later, and it was just in tatters. Leafcutter ants had found my clothes and carved them up and carried them off.
No.
Yeah, no, I swear to God. It was just little, like there was hardly anything left of the clothes. It was just like the elastic band part they couldn't cut through, but the rest of the fabric was all just cut up into little pieces and they carried it all off.
Wow.
And you could see like a little line of ants carrying little pieces of blue and green and like, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
That's pretty amazing.
I was flattered they chose me.
So it's actually raining pretty heavily right now, but we're so far down under the canopy that we barely even feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely getting more humid though.
Yeah.
But
well, the thing too is if it starts to really downpour, then you don't get hit with raindrops. You basically get hit with buckets of water that are coming off the canopy leaves.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Makes it pretty exciting.
It's still beautiful though.
Wow. Check that out, huh? So this is a massive cashew tree just towering above me. I mean, this tree is probably double my height in its width. Incredibly large tree. Check out these big vines too. I mean, the vines are like thick as my arm and they just go all the way up. Really incredible. I mean, you got to think about the amount of species that live up in the canopy. Right now, we're very limited. We're walking around, we're looking on the ground, we're seeing the cute dart frogs, things like that, but think about what's up there. All kinds of wildlife. Other frogs, birds, monkeys, who knows? All sorts of things. Last night we found a Fer De Lance crossing the trail, but this spot right behind me in that buttress root is actually where I found one by day a couple of years ago. And what's really neat is we're on a trail right now that is traveled by many, many people, and everybody's just walking right past this Fer De Lance. Now, Fer De Lances are often known for being very aggressive. They're not aggressive, okay? He's right there. Hundreds, if not thousands of people walked by him in the several days he was there. I saw him coiled for 4 days in a row. And he doesn't care. He's not interested in people whatsoever. But they are extremely defensive. If you try to handle one or you get too close to it, they're very explosive and they have no problem defending themselves. So definitely keep your distance from them. So I'm used to calling them Fer De Lance. Here in Costa Rica, they also go by the local common name Terciopelo. But they're in the genus Bothrops, and that is the genus that is responsible for the most fatalities from snake bites throughout Central and South America.
Show me where you saw him.
It was coiled right there.
Wow.
Yep. And then you are on the trail right there.
Oh yes, by the way, I am hiking in flip-flops because I hurt my foot yesterday.
That was me in the Amazon the last trip. I got a picture of me with an 8-foot bushmaster I caught in sandals because I hurt my foot.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
As we continued our journey deeper into the jungle, I never expected to see what we found next.
So guys, we just came across a wild spectacled owl sitting right in a branch above the creek. Chris is getting some videos and photos with the telephoto. He's right there. So cool. What do you think?
That's incredible. Come look.
Wow. That is so awesome.
Spectacled owls get their name for the beautiful and distinctive white mask that they have on their face, almost resembling a pair of glasses. They occupy a variety of habitats from thick, humid rainforests to open woodland and mangroves. Although when they're full-grown, these owls typically do not have many predators, the gradual disappearance of tropical rainforests, especially that are being cleared for palm oil production, are an imminent threat to this species. Chris and I have both been fortunate enough to work with spectacled owls in captivity as educational ambassadors, but there's something about seeing them in the wild that truly changes your life.
This is my first time seeing a spectacled owl in the wild. I mean, this is just amazing. What about you?
Yeah, this is the second one I've seen in the wild. And the other one I saw was at night, and you couldn't see it very well. So seeing one during the day, incredible.
You're gonna get awesome photos.
I'm gonna try.
The first day that we spent in Costa Rica was incredible. We saw so much wildlife, so many amazing animals, and we still have 4 days of this adventure left. We can't wait to see what we're gonna find during the rest of this week.